ॐ एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। या देवी स्तूयते नित्यं विबुधैर्वेदपारगैः सा मे वसतु जिह्वाग्रे ब्रह्मरूपा सरस्वती। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। निरञ्जनं नित्यमनन्तरूपं भक्तानुकम्पाधृतविग्रहं वै ईशावतारं परमेशमीड्यं तं रामकृष्णं शिरसा नमामि। यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्तिः रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्यास्वरूपान्तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। विवेकजानन्दनिमग्नचित्तं विवेकदानैकविनोदशीलं विवेकभासाकमनीयकान्तिं विवेकिनं तम् अहं नमामि। सदाशिवसमारम्भा शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमा अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अशरीरता हि मोक्षः ब्रह्मभावः हि मोक्षः। Moksha in Advaita Vedanta Guru Parampara means being free from the identity with the Shariratrayam. From another angle, being Akhandam, being everything in the creation is called Moksha. This definition of Moksha is not accepted by any of the philosophers or religion in this world. It is a very grand thing to know the confidence and guts of the Advaita Shastra Guru Parampara. For this Guru Parampara, the Pramanam is Upanishad Shastram. In spite of all the philosophers and religious theologians oppose this idea of moksha, still the Advaita Guru Parampara holds this one as the truth. The Advaitin stands alone in his definition of moksha, and according to Advaitin, moksha is not a goal. Therefore, it need not be achieved by any sadhana other than knowing that moksha is swaswarupam. It is my own nature. Other than gaining this knowledge, there is no need to do anything and get moksha as the result of doing something. So in the last class we saw Astika philosophers, Purva Mimamsaka, Sankhya Yoga philosophers, Nyaya Vaisheshika philosophers, they defined one type of achievement as the moksha. Purva Mimamsaka defined moksha is equal to traveling and reaching the heaven. Sankhya and Yoga defined moksha as a state in which the mind is resolved, which is called Nirvikalpaka Samadhi, and Nirvikalpa Samadhi Dwara a knowledge is gained, and that knowledge is I am Parichinna Purushaha, I am Parichinna Chaitanya Vastu, different from Maya or Pradhanam. Then Nyaya Vaisheshika philosophers told gaining knowledge that I am atom, Parama Anu, is the moksha. And in Sanatana Dharma, Hinduism also, Vishishta Dvaidin, Dvaidin, Achintya Beda Veda Vadinaha, like that, many philosophers who hold devotion to Ishvara as the grand thing, they define moksha means going to a loka of the Upasya Devata. If he is a Upasaka of Vishnu, going to Vaikuntham is called moksha. If he is a Upasaka of Bhagavan Shivaha, going to Shivaloka is called moksha. Then going there also, after going there also, moksha which is attained by the sadhaka will have 5 types of gradations. Salokyam, living in that world. Samipyam, living near by the Lord. Sarupyam, living with the same form of the Lord. Sarshti, living with the powers given by the Lord. Then Sayujyam, living with the Lord without any separation. Then Tantrika Matam defined moksha as Kundalini Shakti raising to the Sahasrara Dwaram. Then other sects, devotional sects, defined moksha as having a mystical experience as moksha, having Daiva Darshanam, Ishta Devata Darshanam is called moksha. Some ignorant people are there, but they are devoted, innocent. They consider dying in Kashi as moksha. Simple death will ensure them moksha is their belief. And some are there still dying Uttarayana period, a time that means from January 15th to July 14th. It is called Uttarayana period. That time, if anybody dies in these 6 months, then they will get moksha. Like that, people think. If you come to other religion, each religion has its own idea of moksha. Christianity, Islam, all consider going to Surga, going to heaven is called moksha. And after going there, enjoying the presence of the Lord is considered as moksha by one group. And after going, enjoying the sense pleasures as moksha is considered by another group. Islam considers getting sense pleasure in heaven is called moksha. Judaism considered going back to a promised land and living there as moksha. Like that, varieties of mokshas are in the religious and the philosophical field. But all of them have one similarity. What is it? All of them define moksha as a future incident. all of them consider the bondage as a real one. All of them consider that moksha is going to be a future affair, either in the form of a travel and reaching a place, or in the form of a experience of something, devata, or mystical experiences, or dawning of knowledge at one particular time. For all of them, the bandhanam is very real. Really, human being is in bondage. Accepting the bondage as the reality, they suggest techniques and methods and sadhanas to get rid of that real bondage. Here, Advaita Guru Parampara says, if bondage is real, how can you hope even to get rid of it? Because the meaning of the word real is equal to that which cannot be changed. Real means truth. Truth means fact. What is the meaning of truth or fact or reality? That which cannot be changed is called fact or truth or reality. If bondage is fact about yourself, if you are in bondage is a fact, then how can you hope to change it? Because fact is something which cannot be changed. Therefore, Gaudapadacharya Maharaj says, Samsiddhiki Swabhaviki Sahaja Akrita Chaya Prakritihi Seti Vijnaya Swabhavam na Jahadiya. Beautiful logical statement. When you say something called Swabhavam, nature, then how can you hope to change that nature? Can you imagine fire without heat? So once heat is taken away, the fire itself doesn't have any existence. So samsiddhiki, swabhaviki, sahaja, prakritihi, how it can get rid of it? So therefore, if bondage is samsiddhiki, if bondage is swabhavam, samsiddhiki means by birth onwards it is there. Swabhavam, sahaja, that is born with that entity, akruta, not as the result of anything. Akruta prakritihi sa iti vijnaya swabhavam na jahadiha. How can it change itself? This is the basic logical question. If bondage is real and fact about the individual, then there is no possibility of freedom from that bondage. This is one assertion. Another assertion is, let us analyze your claim. He says to the philosophers who hold moksha as a future affair, as a result of certain actions and sadhanas. So he asked them, all right, let us analyze your claim and see whether it stands our scrutiny. What is the claim of the other philosophers? They say moksha is going to happen. If you do like this, you will get moksha. That moksha will be in the form of either reaching a place or reaching a state of mind or getting something in your life. If this is the definition for moksha, then that moksha is karma phalam, result of certain actions, because all don't get that. So they get it because of their action. If moksha is karma phalam, then the karma phalam will have taratamyam, gradation. Vishishtadvaitin Ramanujacharya Parampara says, yes, we already told there are 5 gradations: Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya, Sarshti, Sayujyadi, Moksha Phalam. We already told gradation is there. Gradation with regard to the achievement. Why the gradation is there in their achievement? Because that is what they deserve. When they started the sadhana, their sankalpa determines what type of result will come. Whether it is sakama sankalpa, nishkama sankalpa, prayashchitta sankalpa, idam karma aham karomi. He begins with that work. For what? If he says Ishvara Prityartham, then it is called Nishkam Karma. If he says Dhanam Dhanyam Pashum Bahuputra Labha Praptyartham, then it is called Sakama. If he says Sarva Papa Vinashartham Idam Karmam Aham Karomi, then it is called Prayaschitta Karma. So, Taratamyam will be there, gradations will be there in result, which will be determined by so many factors of the actions. There are so many factors with regard to action. Any action will have these type of factors. One is desire, sankalpa, what purpose this action is done. Then second one is adhikari, who is doing. A Raja can do Rajasuya Yaga, but a Brahmana or Vaishyaha cannot do Rajasuya Yaga. So, who is allowed to shoot the antisocial element? He alone can shoot. If he shoots, then only he will be rewarded. If he doesn't shoot, he will not be rewarded. If any other person shoots, that person will be penalized. So, adhikaritvam is there for any action. Then third factor is capacity to perform for required time period with quality. There are certain sadhanas you have to do whole life. Like Agnihotram. A Grihastha has to do whole life this Agnihotram. So the capacity to perform that ritual or karma for a length of period as prescribed by the Shastram with quality mind. Then fourth factor is resources. You should have enough resource to do that action, which is called Manusham Vittam and Daivam Vittam. So resources, Dhanam, Dhanyam. Instead of offering banana, if you offer any other fruit for that particular devata, then it will be an apachara. So, that resources are determining the result. Then, Shraddha, which is in the mind of the doer. If it is Uttama Shraddha, then result will be one type. If it is Madhyama Shraddha, result will be mediocre. If it is Adhama Shraddha, because they are told I am doing like this, people do many actions. So then the result will have differentiation or gradation. Then by which instrument the karma is done, according to that there will be result. Kayika, Vachika, Manasa, 3 instruments are there with human being. If it is merely Kayikam, without any mantra, simply there are in many houses people, ignorant general public, they do puja. What they do? They will light the lamp. Then they will light the incense sticks like this, like this. Then one karpura arati. That's all. They call it as puja. Not a single mantra is uttered, nor meditation is done. So Vachika and Manasa karma was absent completely, but Kayika karma has been performed. So that will have result, but that result will be certainly lesser than the karma which is done through all the three instruments, kayika, vachika, manasa karma. In that, manasa karma has the highest result. Vachika karma has mediocre result. Kayika karma has lowest result. Then another factor is phalam. Whether you want that result here or after the death of this human body is the question. Ihaloka phalam and amutra loka phalam. You can encash that punyam here itself, or you can deposit it and use it in other lokas. So like that, there will be lots of gradations in the karma phalam. If moksha is a karma phalam, then moksha also will have gradation. In that gradation, one thing is there, what it is? It is anityam. Some karma phalam will end very quickly, some will end after long period. Swarga phalam will end after long period of time compared to human birth. Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshine punye martya lokam vishanti. Kshine punye kshine sati, they have to come back. That is why the Upanishad, in Taittiriya Upanishad, it is told there are varieties of jivas in other lokas. Their happiness is given in gradation. Ye shatam anusha anandaha sayeko manushya gandharvanam anandaha. 100 times of manushya ananda is equal to 1 time of manushya gandharvanam ananda. Ye shatam manushya gandharvanam anandaha sayeka deva gandharvanam anandaha. There is another category called deva gandharvaha. What is the difference between manushya gandharvaha and deva gandharvaha? Manushya gandharvaha is someone who is born as manushyaha, then reached gandharva lokam. Deva gandharvaha means who is born in deva lokam itself as gandharvaha. This manushya gandharvaha is immigrated citizen. The deva gandharva is natural citizen. Like that, varieties of jivas are mentioned and gradation is pointed out in the Upanishad. So, karma phalam will have taratamyam. Therefore, karma phalam cannot be accepted as moksha. What is the problem in taratamyam, gradation? It will create again jealous, anger. If I know that I get little lesser than another person, it will create jealous and anger. So, the very result is going to produce jealous and anger. Then how can it be called as moksha? Moksha means what? Freedom from jealousy and anger. If moksha, which is told by the other religious people, creates jealous and anger, then how can it be called as moksha? So, it doesn't stand the scrutiny of the Shastra Parampara. Not only Taratamyam creates jealous, anger, disappointment, cry, the karma phalam is going to be future affair. I am not sure whether I will get it or not. I cannot guarantee that I will get or not. Nobody gives guarantee. When I will get it, another problem. So when I will get, whether I will get it or not, will create anxiety. If moksha creates anxiety, what type of moksha it is? Please tell. So karma phala bhavyam, bhavyatvat, klesha sahitam. Therefore, it will create mana kleshaha. Therefore, karma phala yukta mokshaha na mokshaha. Another reason is to enjoy that karma phalam, moksha, salokyam, samipyam, sarukyam. These are all moksha told by the Vishishtadvaidins and other religious people. To enjoy that, I should get that body, na. This human body is dropped here itself. So I have to get that body. So it is Sharira Upadana Purvakam. I will get another body, Nitya Surinaha, they are called. They are called Nitya Suris. So their Daivika body, Deva Shariram, I have to get. In that Deva Shariram also, gradation is there. Like in Manusha Shariram, gradation is there. Somebody are very tall, someone is very short, stout. Like that also, Yamadharmaraja is a stout wala. Deva Senapati, Khandaha, is a well-built Mr. Universe wala. So naturally this Yamadharmaraja will have little disappointment. Arey, I should have been like him. He is worshipped as the god of beauty. But I am worshipped as Yama. Nobody likes me because of my skin color and because of my body structure. So that disappointment will be there whenever he sees Skanda. Skanda means Lord Muruga. Alagendra sollukku Muruga. Muruga means beauty. And he is the Jamata, son-in-law of Indra Devata. Indra has given his daughter to him. Like our relationship in human world, they also have relationship. They also have family quarrel. And sometimes it goes up to divorce. Somehow manage to bring back both of them. So, Sharira Upadana Purvakatvat Klesha Moolam. As long as you have a body, whether it is a Panchabhaudika Shariram or Deva Shariram or Gandharva Shariram, any Shariram. Sharira means problem, maintenance problem. Shariram will accompany always with mind. The mind and Shariram will create an individuality. That individuality will have comparative statement. That is problem with all. That is what we suffer here itself. What is bondage? Giving judgment about ourselves. That's called bondage. First class you should remember. How the bondage is explained? That I give judgment about myself as a parichinnaha, insignificant, wanting individual. So, there also you are going to get a shariram, and that shariram will have mind also, and that mind will be your mind only, which was available as human being also. So, same kama, krodha, lobha, mohadi, manakleshaha. Another point is, any enjoyment you enjoy in that shariram will be Vishaya Indriya Sanyoga Janyam. Suppose a bhakta is sitting near the Vishnu Bhagavan, his Upasana Devata, Bhagavan called him, my dear, come. So he goes with all devotion and Bhagavan makes him to sit next to him. The sitting next to him creates prafullidam, happiness in his mind because the nice smell comes from Bhagavan's body. The eyes see the beauty of the Lord very nearly. The hands touch the feet of the Lord. That sparsha sukham, drishya sukham, gandha sukham, all types of sukham. How it is? Through indriyas alone. Then yehi sansparshaja bhoga dukkayonaya evate. Bhagavan himself told, any enjoyment you get through your senses, it is nothing but the source of your dukkham. Therefore, Vishayendra Sanyogam. How the Bhakta gets dukkham, you know? As even he was massaging Bhagavan's feet, Mother Lakshmi comes. What this Bhakta has to do? He cannot say, I will continue. Bhagavan will tell, my dear, please get up. So, my dear, please come, he asks to come you. And he says now, after 5 minutes or 10 minutes, or after 1 year, even he came. Longer the enjoyment, greater the suffering when it is not available. So, Bhagavan has to say, please vacate. My Nitya Kaingarya Dayini has come. Who is Nitya Kaingarya Dayini? Mother Lakshmi. Nobody can take away from her seat. No Bhakta, whether it is Prahlada or Anjaneya Swami. No Bhakta can occupy that seat. But that seat is the source of your Manaklesham. What is the use of going there? So, Vishayendra Sanyoga Janyam, therefore it is Klesha Moolam. Then it is subject to beginning and end. It will begin and end. You yourself tell, you will get. You will get means what? It has a beginning. When something has a beginning, there will be naturally an end also. And it is determined by Gati Agati. To get certain sukham, serving the Lord, or worshipping the Lord, or all the time having the darshan of the Lord, all these involve gati. You have to reach that place. So gati agati is involved. Sukha dukkha rupam punya papena sanyuktam. Therefore, how can karma phalam, which has varieties of dukkha moolam, can be accepted as moksha? Moksha means it should be nityam. Please understand. Moksha means it should be nityam. Nityam means it should be available now and here. Nitya means it should be my swarupam. Nitya means it cannot be given by others. Nitya means it cannot be taken away by others. Nitya means it doesn't require any struggle to get it. All these are. But what the other philosophers and theologians consider as moksham, all of them are anityam because it has a beginning. Now they say, now you are in bondage, you will be free if you do all this tapasya, sadhanas, parayanas, japas, upasanas, worships, pilgrimage. And it will begin in particular body, in particular place, at particular time, determined by punya and other results of your actions. So, entire moksha will be with taratamyam, with dosham. But the moksha described by Advaita Vedantin, he says, nothing you need to do, something you should know, that's all. Nothing you need to do. If at all you want to do anything, stop doing all things. That is called one action. Stop doing indriya karmani. Everyone is doing something all the while to get sensory pleasures, na? Shastra says, yamaha, niyamaha, uparamaha. Sit silently. Because sitting also is a work. You know, it's a very difficult work. See, restraining is a great work than the pravrutti. Nivrutti is the great work. Understand? Putting brake is a great work than putting accelerator. The nature of the vehicle is what? Just little only you have to touch. Accelerator will make the vehicle to move. But to put brake, you need little more effort. Like to make the horses to run, you need simple whipping. But to make the horses to stop running, you need full power. So restraining is important work in our Advaita Vedanta Shastra Parampara. So he says, stop doing all those things. That is a big work. If you at all you want to do some work, stop searching. The very search for moksha is because of your judgment. Now I am not a muktaha. Very search for money is because of a judgment that I am not a rich man now. That poverty can be actual or notional. Other philosophers say the poverty is actual. Advaita Shastra Parampara says the poverty is notional. To get rid of the problem born out of notion, only one solution. What is that? Gain the knowledge. To gain the knowledge, first stop whatever you are doing. That's called sannyasa. Sannyasa means what? Stopping everything, whatever I am doing so far by prakriti, goaded by, motivated by society, so many things I am doing. Get up, get up, get up. Mummy starts the get up word. Then I got up, I was pushed into the school bus, then that fellow pushed me in this classroom, then they sent out me from the school campus, again I entered the house, like that 25 years gone in the pursuit of the so-called degree education. Then again one more running for employment, again running to maintain that employment status, again running in search of girl or boy as a bride or bridegroom, again running to the hospital to become a father or mother, again running to the school to admit the children, again running to find out the means for their future life, again running to find out the girl or boy for your children. Like that, running, running, running. Shastra says, stop running. If at all you want to do something, what is the action prescribed by Advaita Shastra, Parampara? Stop doing everything. That is one big action. That's the biggest action. My Acharya Swamiji used to say, keeping quiet is the grand action a person can do, very difficult to do also. That is why, see, sannyasi doesn't go for any job. But whatever is required for his life, he gets. And generally, all sannyasis are motu-wala. You see, have you seen any sannyasi in Advaita Shastra Parampara? Any sannyasi as a thin, someone who is very weak? No, he is always pushtivan. Both emotionally he is pushtivan, cheerful, happy, and physically also he is a pushtivan. Why? Why? Because he spends entire time and energy in studying, assimilating and sharing this knowledge. That is the great work because of which he gets lots of punyam without his asking. Whatever is required, many things comes to him automatically. Have you heard a news or read a news in newspaper any time in Indian history last 100 years? Sannyasi died out of famine. People died, but sannyasi won't die. Why? Because Bhagavan takes care of this shariram. Ananya chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nitya abhiyuktanam yogakshemam vaham. Bhagavan takes care of the shariram because the shariram is involved in restraining itself, not allowing to work as it wants according to its prakriti. It is restraining itself and using its energy in the Shastra Vichara or Jiva Seva. He doesn't take care of his body, he takes care of others' body in the form of Jiva Seva. Therefore, this body also is taken care of. To serve others, you need great restraint because they will scold you when you serve. It is very easy to offer food to Bhagavan who is in the form of statue, but very difficult to offer food to the same Bhagavan who is in physical form. Very difficult. So my Acharya Swami used to say, more than doing work, not doing work is the greater tapasya. Or doing work whenever is necessary, whatever work is necessary, doing that much only is tapasya. More than maunam, speaking whenever is necessary, speaking how much is necessary, speaking what should be spoken, speaking with a purpose, speaking to a person who is available to hear, these are all very important restraints. One child was telling, my mother can talk 20 minutes on whatever topic you give. Then another child told, my mother can talk 30 minutes without any topic also. So people spend time without topic chatting. They all the time they chat within themselves and chat with others and chat through mobile also. But the Shastra Parampara says, if at all you want to do something, stop doing all these things. The stopping is called another work. And it is difficult work. So, moksha can never be the karma phala. Very beginning itself we have asserted. Again the same assertion is coming here because the society is flooded with varieties of ideas. So the receiver naturally is confused. Which one is right? If Shankaracharya's definition of moksha is right, means Ramanujacharya's definition of moksha is wrong. How can I say that Ramanujacharya is wrong? Understood? How can such a great Mahatma can tell wrong thing? Shastra Parampara says, anyone can tell wrong thing because of ignorance. The knowledge which is given as knowledge should be free from all these types of doshas. It should stand the scrutiny of the thinking mind. It should stand the scrutiny of Shastra Pramanam. When we talk about moksha, who is the referee? Who is the Pramanam? Shastram is the Pramanam. In Shastram, there is no Pramanam for their claims of moksha. That is why none of the Dvaita Vedanta Acharyas have done commentary over Upanishad Vakya. For them, Puranam is Praman. Smriti Granthas are Praman. Shrestha Vakyas are Pramanam. They don't accept Upanishad as Pramanam. Wherever is convenient, they take that Upanishad Vakyam and quote that, but they consider Puranam as the Pramanam for their claim. Shankaracharya, in his commentary, says, all right, Puranam also you take as Pramanam. But in the very Puranam itself, it is told, na, having gone to Vaikuntha also, there is a possibility of coming back as Rakshasa. Jaya and Vijaya have come back as Rakshasa for their simple mistake of not allowing the devotees of the Lord inside the temple. So the same Puranam says there is a possibility of Jaya Vijaya type of bhaktas coming to Bhuloka as Rakshasa. Then how can you say that reaching Vaikuntha is moksham? Salokyam you say is moksham. How can you say? Moksham means it must be nityam. And with regard to Jaya and Vijay, it is over, ended. Moksha means it should be free from all types of manoklesha. Manoklesha means what? Kama, krodha, jealousy, comparison, ahankara. Here you see, devatas have problem, all these problems. How can it be called as moksha? Why Tirumurtis have this problem? Brahma is ahankari, becomes ahankari. Chaturmukha Brahma becomes ahankari and gets humiliation. In Tiruvannamalai story, you can see that. He becomes Ahankari and he becomes a liar also. Liar. So, it doesn't stand the scrutiny. The claims given by other religious philosophers and other philosophers in Vedanta segment itself don't stand the scrutiny of the Shastram. So, therefore, it is Ashastram, it is not Shastra Yuktam, it is not Yukti Yuktam, it is not Anubhava Yuktam. There is only one possibility of moksha being Nityam, it should be available here and now. Otherwise, there is no possibility of moksha. Don't waste your time. Gaudapadacharya says, Na bhavati amrutam martyam, na martyam amrutam tatha, prakriter anyata bhava, prakriter anyata bhavaha, katanchit na bhavishyati. The individual, if the individual is a martyaha, subject to death, if he is in bondage, he cannot be amrutaha. He cannot become amrutaha. Martyam amrutam na bhavati. Amrutam martyam na bhavati. If you say the human being is in bondage, why this bondage has come to him? Try to answer. All right, we accept that bondage is removed by sadhana and moksha is gained. Suppose, even if you accept. We ask a question, how the bondage has come? You don't have answer. How ignorance has come? If you ask the Advaitin, you are Nitya Muktaha, because of ignorance, you feel that you are in bondage, you get rid of that feeling, you are in moksha. This is the definition of Advaitin. If you ask that Advaitin, all right, how that feeling of bondage has come in me? Suppose if you ask, what he say? What he will tell? That you have to tell. Yes, your feeling is under your control. You can be free from that now also. So, for your feeling, nobody is cause. But for your bondage, if it is real, somebody has to be cause. Who is that cause? What is the cause? What made you to be in bondage? In Christianity, Bhagavan is the cause. Adam was a free man. Eve also was a free lady. Bhagavan told, don't eat this apple. He should not have told this because they don't know what is apple. So when it is told you don't eat, then mind goes towards it. And why can't I eat? Question comes. No, you can eat. Somebody is provoking. Devil is provoking. You can eat. Then eaten. Then as a punishment, this bondage is given. Bondage is the punishment for the sin done by the Adam, which is called original sin. The funny thing is, that fellow ate apple and got punishment. Because the humanity has come from that fellow, according to Christian theology, all human beings are children of that Adam. All the children are having share in that original sin done by the first father. It's all nice to hear before going to sleep. But when it's scrutinized, nothing is standing the scrutiny of Advaita Shastra Parampara. That is why it stands till date. Because it is the glory of the human being who is questioning this question. The questioner wants to live as a slave, idiot, and suffering person. The teacher repeatedly says, that is your option, that is not your condition. What is the difference between option and condition? Condition is imposed by others, option is taken by oneself. Somebody says to a prince that you can be a poor man, but it is an option, but it is not a condition. That means what? You can be poor, denying yourself the richness which you have by nature, by birth onwards. This is the grandness of this Advaita Shastra Parampara. Repeatedly it says to the humanity, array in the name of devotion, why you put yourself down? Your body is despicable, your mind is despicable, your intellect is certainly despicable, but you are not despicable. Despicable means what? Worthy of condemnation. Your mind is worthy of condemnation. Your intellect is certainly worthy of condemnation. Your body is worthy of punishment. But you are not worthy of any of these things. Why you join with these three fellows and consider yourself, I am condemned, I am doomed, I am in bondage, Bhagavan sent me here and I have to reach Bhagavan, I have to do all sadhanas, jumping onward, yogasana onward, sadhana starts. Okay. So, why you put down yourself? Uddhared atmanatmanam na atmanam avasadaye. Atmaiva atmanaha ripuhu. Your own enemy is you only. You means what? Your mind only, your thinking process only. Therefore, own up your natural status, which happen to be ashariratvam. You are naturally sharira rahitaha. When this is told, the student gets a astonishment. How much guts you should have to say that I don't have body? The Acharya says, the teacher says, certainly you don't have body. You are sharira rahitaha. Neither your body nor your own body. Wonderful assertion it is. Something very grand to be probed into deeply, to be meditated in deeply. Repeatedly says you are ashariraha. Own up that ashariratvam, that is called moksha. Because you have not owned up this ashariratvam so far, you consider yourself as in bondage. It is like telling to the prince, own up your princeliness, own up your princely status and live as a prince. Why you continue to live as a beggar? Before knowing it, it's okay. But after knowing also, you bring out so many logical points for what? To be a beggar. What nonsense. What is the use of this intellect to condemn oneself or to find out whether I am worth of condemnation or not? Please tell. This intellect is given for what? Not to condemn oneself, not to condemn others. In Hinduism, we condemn ourselves. I am papi, I have done so much things, my karma is like that. In Christianity and Islam, not only they condemn themselves, they condemn others also. Those who don't accept our ideas are objects of condemnation, they are infidels. Advaita Shastra Parampara asks, array, intellect is given for what? To keep you happy, na? Why you use it to make you more and more suffering? Come with me, I will make you happy. No, no. To come with you, I have to give up my all other possessions. Then Acharya says, yes, you have to, you have to give up, then only you can come. No, no, no. அடி வாங்கினாலும் பரவாயில்லை, அவங்களோடவே தான் இருப்பேன். Even if I get beatings, no problem. I will be surrounded by the comfortable people, comfortable situation, comfortable objects, which I consider as comfortable. In forest, there are lots of bushes. I had this personal experience in a forest. Unknowingly, I entered one area without knowing what type of bushes are there. After entering only, I came to know that bushes which are plenty there, having the hook type of thorns. So it is like thorns are generally needle type, na? This thorn is hook type. So it catches your cloth, it catches your skin, it catches your hair, then binds you. Then after entering that, then only I came to know, the more I move, more I am caught. It is like entering the mire, the more you move, more you are putting drowned. Similarly, these bushes also. Then without knowing what to do, hot sun, the more I move, I am caught more. Every movement of my hand or cloth clutches me. Then I lowered down myself below the bushes. Then I found lot of pigs are there, that forest pigs. Not mother pig, small, small pigs are there. They are very comfortable. They don't have any problem at all. Then I found, are they are comfortable here. I am not comfortable here. Similarly, human life, consider bushes are comfortable existence, and every moment the bushes thorns are pricking, but still mind is not ready to get away from that bushes. A Shastra Parampara says, one day will come, you will bleed. Then at least that time you reconsider your decision of staying there. Reconsider your decision of being in bondage. Reconsider the decision of accepting the other philosophies. Reconsider the decision of staying as a sadhaka all the while. Reconsider the decision of being in bondage in reality. All matters are available for reconsideration, but this ahankari manas, the buddhi, doesn't reconsider at all. Once it decides and once it's convinced with one idea, whether it is wrong or right, it holds on up to the life. Like Ravana. Ravana considered Rama, Bhagavan Rama, as a human being. Every person who comes to him says, at least reconsider. No, 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 I know that fellow is a bhikari, one vihari, good for nothing fellow. His own stepmother has cheated him. Like that, he repeatedly same tape recorder. So we also do same type of tape recorder. In spite of repeated suffering, in spite of repeated birth also, the same tape recorder goes. At least allow once in our ears the Shastra Sangam. Shastra Sangam should be allowed in our heart. It is nice to get satsangam outside, but in our heart, that internal satsangam should happen, and that will be in the form of reconsidering these ideas, not rejecting, not even accepting. As long as I don't understand, I will not accept. But repeated reconsideration makes a person to have the clarity, at least to come to the conclusion, all the other philosophies and religious theologies are subject to erroneous perception. They have some basic problems. They have basically condemned the humanity as the sinner and in bondage in reality. Then accepting their bondage as a reality, they suggest the solution. The very judgment that humanity is in bondage is a wrong judgment we have to understand. Then only the ideas given in this Advaita Shastra, Guru Parampara will be appealing in our mind. That doesn't mean disrespecting the great Mahatmas in the tradition. That doesn't mean showing disrespect or condemning them. Nothing. I cannot accept. However grand they are, let their grandness be with them. As long as I don't understand, I won't accept. That's what Shastra says. As long as you don't understand, why you accept? We have accepted everything without understanding. Any idea, religious idea, or emotional idea, or idea about your personality, anything. It's all told by others, accepted by you without verification. Mummy told you are male. We accepted. Body is male. Accepted. But how can I be male? What is the connection between me and body? Mummy, we did not have the question. That time we may not have that question. At least now we can ask ourselves, nah, Mummy may not be there. And what she knew, that she told. We accepted for our physical survival. That was the Shraddha given naturally by the Lord. But at least now we can ask, na, okay, body is male body, body is female body. How can I be the body? What is the connection between me and body? If there is a connection between me and body, that must be always there. It is not there always. When I dream another body. When I sleep, there is no body at all for me. Then how can I be the body? You can ask, na. So therefore, Shastra Parampara says, you are Nitya Ashariri. You are bodiless always. Bodiless means you are not an individual. Sharira means what? Individuality. When it says you are Nitya Ashariri, Shastra says you are not an individual. Your individuality cannot stand our scrutiny. In what way you are individual, please tell. Physically, you cannot say you are individual because you are the bag of 37 trillion individuals. Physically. Emotionally also, you cannot be an individual because you don't have standpoint at all. One moment you are go on changing yourself. Intellectually, you need not ask at all. So in what way you are individual, please tell. Why you are holding this individuality? Holding tightly this individuality is called ahankaraha, arrogant. Understood? Prakrite kriyamanani gunaihi karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. Bhagavan says, array, all activities are done by this body-mind complex. It is doing its prakriti. This fellow, you are idiot, you are ahankari, you are ahankara atma, vimudhatma. Not only ahankari, you are vimudhatma also, idiot also. Therefore, you say, I have done, I have done, I have done. I have to bear the result, I have to bear the result. If I want to go to Vaikunta, I have to do this sadhana, I have to worship the God. This I, where is this I? If at all I has a meaning, it is Ashariram. It is all. I is equal to Brahma. I is equal to Brahma. Sarvosmi. Aham Sarvaha. That is the real claim. But we say, Alposmi, Alposmi, Alposmi. Then we do sadhana as Alpaha. Then we try to get rid of this Alpatum through sadhana, staying as Alpa. All self-contradiction. Lot of problems in our thinking pattern. When Bhagavan Shankaracharya raises the question, we are not able to answer for it. It's all really wonderful. A person should be very, very fortunate enough even to study that Sankara Bhashyam. Understanding is another factor. At least to study once. It's a great fortune. The mind becomes so happy, peaceful, content when we study and understand this assertion. Arey, my dear, you are something very grand. You don't need anything. All other assertions about you are false. Try to scrutinize all those assertions and reject them and stay as you are. As Ananda Vastu. That is the assertion. In his Bhashyam, Evam avidyadi doshavatam dharma adharma taratamya nimittam sharira upadana purvakam sukha dukkha taratamya nimittam samsara rupam shruti smriti nyaya prasiddham. He wrote, your samsara is in the form of taratamyam. So get rid of that individuality, then taratamyam will be off. When taratamyam is not there, you are naturally a free person Atma Nitya Ashariri. Shruti Smriti Nyaya Prasiddham. Then the question still will come, Swami, as even you are talking, you are having a body, you are talking as a body only. How can you say, I don't have a body? How can you say, in spite of living with body, or in spite of having body, or in spite of using the body, how can you say that I am bodiless entity? I am free from problems of body. How can you say? If you ask, Shankaracharya says, come next class, I will try to explain to it. So we will see that answer for that question in the next class. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sad Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.
ऐसी हरि मात कृपा करन को जग में तरय को तारा तरनी नाम जग में तरय को तारा तरनी नाम या जग में जप मूढ़ या